Alright guys, welcome back to Stasis, and I very much enjoyed what I've played so far, so we'll continue it. Crew Commons is obviously where we should go first.
Once we know where Becca is, how can I get to her?
There is another tram through the crew quarters. Once we know where you're going, we'll move forward from there.
More trams.
More trams. It's like God
forgive us.
God forgive us. Yeah, and then there's Smile. Mountain images. A long landscape of a serene mountainscape intended to provide a sense of calm and perspectives. Frosted glass door. This especially large frosted glass door is coated with the dirt of neglect. And we got a dead body. Don't see the body. Oh, there. Okay, I was thinking about the PDA. Which, I guess we have to go to the body. A body lies slumped against the entrance bulkhead with its head hanging forward. It's almost possible to imagine him having a nap during a long shift.
I wish I could do something. Something more.
Dr. Rick Graham, September 27th. I'm getting sick of this bumps and scrapes bullshit. I didn't get this degree just so that I could stitch idiots up when they accidentally stab themselves with a pen. What? I want to do fun experiments. Is that too much to ask? It's not like I want to be a mad scientist and sew new arms onto people or anything. Although human spiders would be cool, yeah. Yeah, that's what you thought you were going to do. December 7th. It's a miracle. Security somehow ended up passing a container from one of the cloning vats onto me. It's labeled Samantha. They understand it's to be transferred to Lab 18, right? Oh well, no reason I can't observe it for a while, right? I'll have my local assistant, Miriam, make up some good excuses for me. December 8th. This creature is marvelous. The notes included, don't say much, but I'm pretty sure, there's a help me up here, but I'm pretty sure they packaged this girl up. It describes her as being just a tail. There are some other bones as well, but I didn't major in monster anatomy. I wish I had, though. You can't make this shit up. December 10th. This fucker grew eyes. I mean it. She did not have these the last time I checked. They're rudimentary, sure, but they just grew. They follow me around. At this point, I'm going to take credit for Samantha entirely. I mean, they can't prove that there was anything more than some stem cells in that container the last they saw it, right? From now on, Samantha is mine. I can't wait to see what she turns into. Lab 18 is definitely getting suspicious and impatient. I'm running out of excuses for why I haven't transferred Samantha yet. I need Miriam to stall a bit longer. I read her PDA, so I know she wants to turn me in. She wants my job. Fortunately, I have video of her screwing the guys from the lab. All of them. So there's my job security. This dude is weird. December 19th. This just got serious. The tremors knocked me over the counter, and I twisted a muscle in my knee. It's going to be a long lockdown, spent bandaging people up without any access to the full medical wing. December 21st. Samantha isn't mine anymore. Some other poor fool can take responsibility for this one. December 29th. I heard shrill screams coming from the entertainment area. The first and last time I performed surgery. The patient woke up and started screaming her head off. Something about seeing your own exposed ribs really bothers people. Anyway, these screams were like that, only more intense. They're the screams of the dying. I've locked the emergency bulkhead. No sign of Miriam. Well then. Got a DNA scanner. This device appears to analyze the DNA of samples placed on its receiving tray. Iron lung viewing portal. The cylindrical hyperbaric chamber is welded shut, creating a metal tomb for anyone inside. Iron lung. The cylindrical hyperbaric chamber is welded shut. Oh, okay. It's the same thing. Then we have a PDA. Let's read the PDA first. Miriam Goldberg. Dr. Graham is up to no good. This weird pod accidentally arrived in our medical bay. It holds the most terrifying creature I've ever seen in my entire life, and he says it's beautiful. He wants me to find excuses for why it isn't being transferred to Lab 18. Good thing the guys there like me. I'll help him keep it a secret for now, although I might get his job if I could get him kicked off the Groom Lake. I'll keep an eye on what he's up to. Interesting. This thing is growing all sorts of body parts at ungodly rates. The notes say it was just a tail and some flesh at some point, but I don't even see the tail anymore. What kind of fucked up experiments are we doing? Fuck, I'm locked out of the medical bay and Dr. Graham has locked himself in there with that thing. We need to help these injured people. Insufferable prick. They want to use the specimen transport track to get the injured crew members to the medical wing. Even if the ship wasn't falling apart, that's a terrible idea. It's funny to see everyone frantically typing away on their PDAs. Who's going to read it? The surface of whatever planet's gravitational pull the lifeless Groom Lake gets sucked into doesn't care about your damn feelings. Okay.
I'm not sure what I was expecting. Holy fuck.
Well then. Frosted glass window. Congealed blood runs down the frosted glass wall.
I think this is it.
Excellent. You need to get your blood sample onto the receiving tray, and I'll do the rest.
Ew. I don't like needles or blood.
Okay, it's working.
Receiving the genetic info. This is good, John. This is excellent.
Wait. I can hear something.
Yeah, I don't think you want to go in there, buddy. Oh, we can now... I guess we'll look at it.
Sure. What the hell was that?
I only picked up a flash in the scanner. A crew member.
I wasn't a crew member. I wasn't even a person. I was an animal.
The upload finished. I'm going to start the scan now.
Tia, what's going on here?
I've heard things, but I don't know any specifics. You have to believe me.
Maybe it was one of those fucking things that ate Yuri.
I grow plants. I don't care for man's pets.
Just let me know when the scan's finished.
Secondary containment is now accessible. Head through to the other tram station.
Oh, wait. Let's go to the, the security office. Dead security guard.
They cut his wrists.
Paul Hodgson. This whole shift change thing is kind of strange. Putting Ronald in security when he's obviously not equipped strikes me as irresponsible. Oh well, I'm sure I can compensate. A notice went out telling us to follow the new security guidelines this evening. I wonder what happened. It's only a few extra doors to lock as far as I'm concerned. Easy enough. Food supplies are stalled and people are getting nervous. Someone's been distilling alcohol despite the fact that express authorization is required to even possess it. Ivan was describing the concept of moonshine to Ronald, and the guy asked how moonshine could exist if we're in a spaceship so far away from the moon. I swear to God, if aliens board the ship and pick us off one by one or something, I want to see Ronald go first. I really want to do something about this alcohol situation. It's my duty to ensure that the Grooms Lake crew is secure and that important research isn't interfered with. At least, I'd like to believe so. These clowns don't share this sentiment. The ass end of the ship just started exploding and jolted everything that wasn't bolted down. There's a goddamn pen stuck in the wall next to me. I can only imagine all the people injured right now, but can't leave on account of the lockdown. Lockdown or not, Station B is fucked, so getting to medical isn't happening. Someone suggested that we could use the specimen transport track, but that's shady as well as all hell. There's no leaving the security center now. Staring at Ronald's lifeless body is a fucking superior alternative to being ripped apart by whatever's outside. I hear screams. They're distant and muffled. Silence. 24 hours of silence. Not a scream, not a footstep. Still not a word from Ivan. The guy looked away from the atmosphere control room just before Ronald pulled the plug. I got bored and read Ronald's file. He had a lot of stuff running really deep. Maybe he wasn't ignorant after all. That's it for the water. Ivan refused to drink anything but moonshine. I tried my best to get him to have water. Stubborn bastard wouldn't hear it. He hasn't moved in a while. He's dehydrated, probably died of thirst. Oh, we have another dead security guard. Ivan Serrato. This new guy Anderson is really something. 5 minutes in the door and he's already asking what all the computers do. I like it. He's inquisitive, just like my boy back home. I'm glad he got put here in the shift change, but I'm disappointed that neither of these two are ladies. I could use some female company. Okay, maybe Anderson is a little more confused and inquisitive, but his heart is in the right place. I can respect that. But Sarge, how in the hell did the boy get Sarge from Serrato? Paul is just plain obnoxious. Food's not coming for a while. Fortunately, somebody's been making moonshine. It's not the White Oak whiskey from back home, but you don't come across much liquor in space. It looks like I'll be moderating the supply, so to speak. Hodgson just tried to arrest someone. Prick. Rations are in. Good thing, too. The liquor wasn't keeping the crew at bay like it used to. This entire ship smells like shit. It's always been bad, but it gets worse every day. It's even a different type of shit every once in a while. Beyond me. Groom Lake is on lockdown. Tremors, power outages, and several injured. Some guys left 3 days ago to repair a tram station. Haven't heard from them since. I only fear the worst, and I don't want to wait to figure out what's been going on around here. Paul and I have agreed on a solution, but Anderson isn't grasping it. I don't expect him to. I knew Anderson would have trouble coping. I knew he wouldn't understand. At least he went easier than we will. He saw so much in his short life. There just wasn't room for more. He'll never have a funeral. Nobody back home is going to think of him and wonder what happened. I think Paul and I are the only people on this ship who knew him by name. Maybe that Samantha girl he was talking about still remembers him. Her dog could be named after him, or maybe he picked her a flower and she tucked it into a book. I never did read much, but right now I'd love to be holding a book. Poe would work. He's the only author I know by name. Edgar Allan Poe. I haven't talked to Paul. He thinks I'm drinking, but I'm too preoccupied with Anderson for that. I figure I'm writing this for a reason. What if nobody ever reads it? What if this ship just drifts to the edge of the universe, dead and empty? If you exist, if you somehow stumble upon this, remember Anderson for me. He reminds me so much of how my son used to be. If you don't do it, nobody will. I don't beg. I never beg. But if you're a decent human, you'll know why you have to. Remember Anderson. Barely awake. Typing is an effort. Moonshine is not water. Hodgson had last word. Okay. We've got security cameras. Annex. Can't do anything with them. Oh, are we able to... No, they move on their own. Okay, so can't do anything with the security cameras. Computer terminal. Security terminal. Crew quarters security logs. November 2nd. Alcohol is being manufactured and distributed abroad. The Groom Lake security has opted to take an approach of non-intervention, as its effect on morale will likely prevent theft and potential riots associated with the limited rations. However, security will regularly confiscate quantities of alcohol to moderate the supply. November 22nd. Rations have arrived and been distributed. Very few reported or evidential cases of theft. This can likely be attributed to the morale increase speculated as a result of the distribution of alcohol. December 6th. Specimen Samantha received for transport to Laboratory 18. The specimen from the cloning vats is contained in an iron lung. Transport needs to be arranged quickly. Specimen is scraping against the inside of the containment unit. December 19th. Tremors have struck the Groom Lake power outages and severe injuries have been reported. Lockdown is in effect. December 25th. Christmas. 4 crew members have been reported missing while attempting to restore a tram station to working order to prevent further loss or injury. The corridor has been sealed and flooded with highly corrosive gas. Atmosphere control access. Activate motion detector.
I'll need to figure something out here.
What? A motion detection device has been installed above the door.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take a moment of silence to remember Henry Kane. We ask that you join us in recognizing his greatness.
Just fucking open!
Okay, I don't think we have anything to do there right now. That was a lot of logs, though. The one was hilarious. We read all this. Yeah, that guy's terminal was hilarious, or his PDA, sorry.
Warning, serotonin levels are abnormal.
Elevator shaft. The constant flickering of its lights does not add to your confidence in this elevator. Entertainment block door. The scuffing on the floor in front of this door indicates that it has seen frequent use. Dead tree. With no systems or staff paying it attention, this once proud tree has withered and faded. Once intended to brighten up the room, the shrubbery is now bone dry and the leaves are flaking. The quartet of monitors face you with a blank stare. Got security panel over here. This is the security panel for the entrance to Tram Station B. There's also a room over here. Seems like we can go into. Door locked due to atmosphere. Control override. Override lock and open door.
John, wait. There's a highly corrosive gas on the other side of that door.
Yeah, I've already cycled the lock.
Atmosphere compromised. Death is imminent.
Oh, we died again. Do we get an achievement for this one? No. Be funny if you got an achievement just for every type of death you can get.
Warning. Serotonin levels are abnormal.
Mess hall, sleep block. Okay. Oh, I can't see. What's this? Whoa. The sleeping cot has been wrenched away from the wall, either by the damage done to the floor or the power of the root growths themselves. Got a PDA. Got 2 PDAs. Isabella Spaulding. What's this? 012358. April 12th, another long day in hydroponics. I planted carrots today. This place seriously sucks. But I figure the longer I work for Kane Corp, the sooner they'll be able to replace this defective uterus of mine. May 1st, Harry is protective and not in a cute way. I'm guessing it's supposed to be it, makes me feel a little uncomfortable. His attempts to protect my honor, his words, whenever Grant even looks at me are unnervingly familiar. Just like my ex-husband used to do. I'm not ready for another round of that bullshit. May 25th. Half the ship has been on lockdown for 2 long weeks. Apparently some new scientists boarded today. So maybe they'll be able to resolve the issue. But what do I know? I make vegetables reproduce for a living. June 20th. I have to admit, Harry's whole stalker thing can be great sometimes. He is growing herbs for me so that I can make tea. With all this new security bullshit, I wouldn't dare use company resources personally like that. I've been pretending to like Grant just a little bit. I don't, but it keeps Harry on his toes. September 23rd. Harry opted to stay on the Groom Lake for another round. He was eligible to leave at the shift change, but he chose to stay. Gee, I wonder why he'd do that. He's a grown man for goodness sake. But he's acting like a lovesick teen. He needs to stop fucking calling me Belle, though. It's Isabella, like the Queen of Spain. October 30th. I keep hearing chatter about a fungal growth spreading all over the Groom Lake. Let's hope it doesn't get here to hydroponics. I'd be devastated if anything happened to my precious celery. Ew. November 1st. Spoke way too soon. I came to Hydro today to find everything coated in this strange fungus. Harry actually had a pretty good idea. What if we fought the fungus with genetically enhanced super mushrooms? November 14th. Nope, crossbreeding mushrooms did not improve things. Hopefully the emergency rations will get here soon. Unless people want to eat the portobellos from hell, that is. This shit is about to get dangerous. December 19th. People have been beaten up. Some are even dead. We've seen a lockdown before, but it wasn't a mass panic like this. Will it be over soon or ever? Harry told me to stay in the sleeping block because it could be dangerous outside. You know, I have taken care of myself for 28 years without help from Harry. I think I can handle myself. December 24th. I'm not going to spend the final days of my life playing the helpless female, and I'm not going to cling to Harry. Even if he's the last human being I'll ever see, he can't expect anything from me. And we have another PDA over here. Oh, there's people over there. Shelby Isaacson. March 19th. I couldn't even be bothered to get out of bed today. Nobody came asking questions though, so that works. March 30th. Sometimes when I first wake up, I wait as long as possible to say my first word of the day. Then that word serves as a prediction of how shitty that day is going to be. Naturally, Isabella woke me up by asking if I'd rather fuck Grant or Harry. I thought she was supposed to be some kind of feminist who doesn't need a man. Hypocrite. To answer the question, I'd need to do a bit of research. Harry will suffice for that. Okay, May 14th. I guess I'm obligated to write about the ship lockdown since it's all life-threatening or something. I don't know why we even carry these PDAs. Seriously, I will never ever go back and read this shit. August 5th. The Groom Lake got a 300% funding increase, and I have a feeling we're doing some more shady bullshit with it. Welcome aboard the Groom Lake, where, as far as the universe is concerned, you don't exist, and as far as the board is concerned, you don't exist. Nothing actually exists. Humanity's gonna flip shit when they finally figure that out. October 29th. So Grant's gay. I knew I had seen him checking Harry out. Lips are sealed. November 2nd. It's going to be a long, painful death if we don't get those rations soon. I might have to start murdering and eating my blockmates. I'll start with Grant because he's got the most meat on him. Harry is last because I'm in no hurry to put my mouth on that again. Okay. November 10th. Hey, someone's making some booze. Humanity has truly reached the apex of engineering. Space moonshine. It brings a smile to my eyes and a tear to my heart. Get me some. November 11th. Taste, 0 out of 10. Effectiveness, 10 out of 10. This stuff has to be at least 120 proof. Had to do something I totally don't regret to get it, and it was worth it. Right. November 23rd. Liquor supplies running low, food supplies high. I'm disappointed. Here I was thinking I'd be enjoying moonshine, marinated leg of Grant this evening. Disappointing. At least I didn't starve. December 19th. On the one hand, something exciting happened. On the other hand, we're probably going to die or something. I have no regrets, not even that thing I did to get the moonshine. December 25th. I've been thinking about it over the last couple of days, and I sincerely can't think of anything I regret. Not hooking up with Harry, not pursuing music instead of physics, nothing. It was all part of what made my life mine. Life carries on, no matter what. So I guess it's best to just be satisfied with what little I did accomplish. The universe swallows you atom by atom eventually, you know? I'm proud of how far these atoms made it from when they first got together to form Shelby Isaacson to where they are now. Well, hers was the least dreary of all. At the thickest sections of tangled growth, bulbous knots form a shape eerily close to that of a human body. As you listen, you can hear the rasp of labored breathing. Torn up floor grating. Flaps of industrial grating have been pushed upward from below, rumpled like a discarded memo. The guts of the level below lie exposed. Well, I don't know about going there just yet. Because there is another room. Just down the hall.
Mother had a lung that was covered
Hello?
in fat. Father had a tongue that was also that.
Is anyone there?
They didn't care for us. We didn't care for them. And so it happened again and again. Skin like a crocodile and eyes like sin. The Argy consumed them from within.
Okay. You can tell from the uneven placement of the sleeping cots that some force has scattered them from their original position. The scattered cots would offer a restful solitude if it weren't for the human innards that lie between them. Yes. Old blood is flaking off this locker, exposing the remarkably shiny surface below. On closer examination, the blood has congealed to form a paste that is smeared over a once personal locker. These lockers have been lacerated with the deep red blood of the people who were killed here. Tranquil environments imagery. Breathtaking backgrounds for people who will never see them again. Got a dead body. Then we have a bed locker and another body.
to get out of his bunk.
Grant Peterson. April 24th. You know what's worse than being a janitor? Being a space janitor. The shit I literally have to put up with is unbelievable. I mean it. My job is to control the recycling of methane impulsion from human waste. Shitty is an understatement. Plus, I can barely understand my coworker. I think he's Polish, but he only speaks Spanish. That's pretty funny. June 20th. Isabella's been talking to me. I hope she doesn't have any ideas. I'm really not into that. Even if she was a guy. She's just so difficult to deal with. I think she purposely leaves some shadow of a doubt that she might have some feelings for Harry. Just so that he'll hang around. The poor guy's obsessed. It's creepy. But it's also the teeniest bit sweet. June 29th. I think Jupiter is finally done growing. She was such a cute little kitten. Now she's big and doesn't cuddle anymore. Harry's allergic. He thinks that I keep Jupiter around just to mess with him. Really, I don't. She gets in the way sometimes, but she's the only living thing that really understands me. I love that little kitten. Big kitten. July 2nd. Isabella smacked Harry straight across the face today. I think he called her a pet name to her face. I would have been flattered. Poor guy. August 11th. Everything is so uneventful around here. Maybe that's a good thing. I've been trying to talk to Isabella to see if she's interested in Harry. I don't think so, but I want to make sure. It would help me sleep a little better. October 8th. Interdepartmental pool to win 64 days of leave? What a joke. Kitchen, security, and maintenance aren't even eligible when they're the ones that keep the ship running. Oh wait, I guess that makes sense. Yeah. October 29th. This fungus shit is everywhere. It's already in the methane collection plant. Shelby's such a cow. She says she hopes it gives me cancer. But that way I could start over with new organs, courtesy of Kane Corp, of course. I told her that there was only one organ I really wanted, but that Harry was too busy following Isabella. Shelby said, "Oh, it all makes sense now. You go, girl." But I'm not a girl. Could have been worse. I just hope she can keep a secret. I don't want everyone involved in my business. Well, she was, yeah, so. November 13th. This mushroom plan that hydroponics came up with is not working. If anything, it's made life in the plant just a little more grueling. November 19th. People have been complaining to me about weird smells coming from the vents. I swear it's not the plant. I can smell it too. November 22nd. Emergency rations. I snuck some food to Jupiter first. She was acting a little loopy. I noticed just today that Harry has the most adorable way of stuffing his face. He always inspects whatever he's about to eat before he takes a bite, then shoves as much in his mouth as he can. The simple things. December 18th. Power's out in places around the ship. Hopefully the plant isn't next. That sure wouldn't end well. December 19th. I haven't seen Jupiter since the tremors. I can only make assumptions. Oh god, I hope she's safe. I don't want Harry to get hurt in all of this either. He's such a little guy. I've been following Isabella around to get closer to Harry and make sure he's okay. I don't know what's going on, but suddenly it doesn't matter whether or not he could ever care about me. December 22nd. Those guys who went to work on Station B haven't come back yet. I've been trying to sleep as much as I can now so I can stay on my toes when everything goes to hell. I've cried a little as well, partly because of Jupiter, and partly for reasons I don't understand. December 24th. I don't want to burden Harry by telling him about how I feel. I know it will just confuse and upset him. I'm really hopeful that we'll all make it out of here. But Shelby's pessimism is contagious. I don't know. Will I ever have another chance to open my heart to someone? I'll have to hope so. I just can't tell Harry. Well, this guy has the most normal and rational log that we've read so far.
I'll never get used to this.
Alright, Harry Walden. Here he is. May 2nd? Wait. May 1st. But it just goes to May 2nd. That's weird. May 1st. Belle looks like she's angry or something. May 2nd. Belle says she's fine, but I'm going to keep an eye on her. May 3rd. I had a nightmare that Belle killed herself, so I checked on her just to be sure. I hope I didn't wake her. Grant wouldn't have checked on her. That dick doesn't know how to care for a lady, not a lady like Belle. June 17th. I sure hope nobody catches me growing these herbs. Space is so empty and cold, and Belle seems like she needs the comfort. I don't care if I get caught, but if I did get caught, Belle would know that I'd truly do anything for her. July 4th. 4th of July. Belle seemed super frustrated today. I stopped asking her what was wrong because she got really mad at me the other day when I did that. I feel like I'm making her angrier every time I speak to her. She's upset and I can't do anything about it. July 5th. She spoke to me today. I'm so glad everything is okay. I lost so much sleep over her last night. If she only knew, she'd feel so special. September 4th. Grant keeps bringing his goddamn cat into the sleeping block. I'm allergic and he knows it. I shouldn't need a shot of epinephrine every time I go to bed. He thinks he's a badass because he managed to sneak a cat on board. Bo probably thinks he's so cool. Why can't she see that he's a total dick? September 23rd. I decided to stay on the Groom Lake so that I can be with Belle. I don't like it here, but I love her. October 24th. Some guy in engineering says that there's a fungus on the ship. I wonder if it's poisonous. If it is, I bet I could hijack a lifeboat to fly Belle home. November 1st. The fungi is all over in hydroponics. I have an idea, though. What if we engineer another invasive fungus to take out the alien one? I honestly don't think it'll work. I suggested it as a joke at first, but Belle thought it was a great idea. So now we have to do it. December 19th. Grant's been following Belle and I everywhere. I know she thinks he can keep her safe, but I know he can't. He's so full of himself. December 22nd. I think Grant's cat died during the tremors and the chaos. Good fucking riddance. The guy's been sobbing for almost a day now. Maybe now Belle will understand that he's not fit to protect her. December 26th. I think I'd die before Belle. It's pretty much been established that something's running around and killing people. I'm going to fight it when I see it. It'll only get to Belle over my dead body. She'll die knowing that I gave my life just to tack a couple of seconds onto hers. Well, I mean, none of these people seem like they were very, they weren't bad people. Like that one dude that wanted to do all the experiments. The locker is open but empty. Oh, god damn it. I thought we were going to get something out of there. Okay, just PDAs in there, but very interesting stuff. Alright, because we go down.
It's a long way down.
Oh, we only have a drill now. Okay, so we can't go down just yet. Okay, this stuff is still locked. So maybe there was a little bit more in here, because this one had the door grating. No, that was the other one. Okay. Let's just see. It's just a dead body. Making sure that there's like, because sometimes there's, oh, another bed locker. Didn't even notice that. What do we get? Linen bedsheet. Oh, can we use that to crawl down? I don't know how I didn't notice that, that locker.
Okay, now let's see what I can do.
And bed sheets aren't that big.
Easy goes.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Was that a 15-foot bed linen? Good God. I was gonna say, are you ever gonna get up?
Damn it! How the hell am I gonna get back up?
God, John, you're gonna get yourself killed.
Hey, this is all new to me.
Sludge. This passage of sludge reflects the maze of slats above, creating a queasy illusion of infinitude. The hollow tubes snake cylindrically in their cavities. Okay, so we can go down here. We can go there. And then there's access drain. An unfamiliar smell emanates from the corroded drain. So where should we go? So we'll go this way first. I don't know if it matters. I'm guessing, you know, I don't know, because the access drain we actually can't even get into. Oh, here we are. I was like, where the hell are we? Overhead access pipe. This throughway passes over the channel below, providing access between the two terminus points. The sides are scored with a variety of markings. Corpse. John Kernast, classified Kane Corporation. Personal data tag, blood O negative, security level classified. Skeleton. At first glance, the half-submerged skeleton seems to lurk in wait like a prehistoric predator. Brendan Brown, classified. Remy Andre Borgen, classified. Oh, fallen grading. A lump of metal has fallen from this jungle of alloys, so we can go up that. Oh, so now we're in the room. Where the hell are we? I don't see us. Oh, right here. So we have...
See if these people were just killed. Look like they've been skinned.
Eaten?
No. I went hunting with my uncle when I was a kid. I know what skinning looks like. I did it myself, but I saw it.
I'm a vegetarian.
I'm a vegetarian. Alright, let's go this way. We'll grab the pool table and pool cue. A pool cue rests atop the game table, the tip chalked up and ready for use. I love pool. Two bodies lie split on this pool table. They may have tried to escape what killed the others here. So yeah, there's pool cue. Corpse Justin Lotus, mission specialist. Blood B negative, security level 3. Pile of dead bodies. The skeletal remains lie clustered together around the room, as if they died in a stampede or clutching each other. Somehow the bones hold no scraps of flesh. Stacy Dippenar, November 3rd. Tammy and I had a great evening together. This mystery alcohol is pretty much a miracle. It made my throat burn terribly though. November 23rd. Oh my god. I thought I was literally going to starve. This stupid fungus crap ruined all the food. We finally got a delivery and it was great to eat something. The new food isn't as good as the food Hydro makes though. November 27th. I wonder if Kane Corp would let me volunteer for Project Seed. Surely they give you great benefits for volunteering. You just have to have been pregnant before, I think. Do abortions disqualify you? I'll look into it. November 30th. Nope, they need volunteers who have actually birthed a baby or miscarried late in the pregnancy. You also have to be at least 18 years old for whatever reason. How'd Kane know I was 17 anyway? I thought those documents looked darn realistic. Oh well. I guess I didn't want a bunch of experiments on me anyway. Yeah. December 19th. I'm literally freaking out. The groom lake went like boom and then stuff started falling and shaking. I almost got a fork stuck in my neck. Jeb got caught under a bed. Now I feel bad for calling him a creepy old man all the time. December 20th. I had a good idea. I said that we should use the tubes that we send the experiments through to get people to medical because the trams are broken. Everyone loves me now. Tammy is going to help. She's so brave sometimes. I'd go too, but she said not to. She's kind of like a mom to me, but she says that would be weird because we're best friends. December 26th. Tammy's not back yet. I don't know what to do. If I never had that stupid idea, she'd be okay. It's my fault. Robin says it's not my fault, but I know it is. I'm just so stupid and useless, like I was at home. I don't even have a home. All I do is hurt people. December 28th. I wanted them to get me. Sorry. I killed Tammy and now it's my turn. Zane carried me to the recreation area. I kicked and screamed as loud as I could, but he dragged me in anyway. I wish I could be a good person like him. I'm useless. I think I'll sit by the door so that they get me first. Maybe I can buy everyone else a second or two. Bam! Can we turn this shit off? A seductive dancer sways her hips in a silent tune. Very annoying.
This looks like a recent addition.
No, I guess not.
This is a useful drill.
Oh. Okay. Stephen Cameron, Computer Systems Specialist. Edward Sheldrick, Propulsion Specialist. Sergei Kopdev, Operations Officer. Paul Cook, Junior Engineer. David Leggetti, Environmental Systems Specialist. Then the other PDA. And we got Visa Tovlin, Electrical Engineer. Neville Chambers. January 4th. Can't believe I'm actually in space. I know that a whole lot of people have been here, but you really don't appreciate the cosmos until you see it from beyond Earth's atmosphere. It's not something to be taken for granted. I hope this is the beginning of a long journey for me. If I could just live in the void for eternity, I would give anything. June 24th. I don't miss Earth at all. Unbelievably, the gazes of passing asteroids are less cold than most humans. It's amazing to see all of the constellations up close and personal. I've started writing a comic about myself, The Space Adventurer. Although I've just been sweeping and dusting on the Groom Lake, I know it's my key to becoming one with the cosmos. September 11th. My comic book is coming along nicely. I've decided that I'm not going to make myself a superhero, but I'll lead a team of super geniuses and will use the power of the universe to save it. My sidekick is Carl Sagan. Einstein pilots the Bride Pond, that's my awesome ship, and Hawking crushes stuff with his cybernetic limbs. Issue 1 done. Summer 26. Despite what I've been through, I still love space. I've seen enough movies to know how this is going to end for me. I wish my comic books hadn't been lost in the Tremors. They were pretty much my final testament. I even finished issue 6. We destroy a race of parasitic squid-like guys, except we keep one as a pet and train it to fight for us. It also bites Einstein, who gets a cool scar as a result. Anyway, it's too late for that. I'm gonna spend my final days taking in the universe through any window I can find. Peace out, universe. Tom Van Neergenum, Assistant Intelligence Officer. And cigarette vending machine. This room must have been zoned for smoking, as a cigarette vending machine sits idle here. Oh my god, I really wish this flashing was not here. It's so annoying. Cool cue, perhaps? Oh, he's just breaking it. Kane Corporation lighter. Okay. Let's get the hell out of here. Neon sign. The name of the club glares in radiant neon, whose ultraviolet light dances around the room. Let's get out of here. Holy hell. Access train. Okay, yeah, I can't go through there. Got ladder up here, corpse, Andre Sen, science officer, security level 2, and then Manchuck Steward, security level 0. Yeah, no security level. Methane gas tank. A gas tank full of methane sits ensconced in a complex housing berth. Cautionary text runs down the side of its pipes in small print. Yeah, probably don't use a lighter. Drainage pipe. A massive open drainage pipe rings the center of the room, just barely protruding above the floor of sludge. Can we get up here? Pump station diagram. A diagram of the pump station spans a large portion of the room. Printed matter doesn't have a tendency to lose power. Valves. Release valves line the catwalk in a steady row, each one corroded. Do we need to remember something like this? Is it up, down, down, left, right, left? A ladder leads from the lip of the tunnel down the floor of the sludgy chamber.
A cat.
Oh.
Goddamn cat.
Stray cat. A mangy feline purrs uncaringly at its present
Here,
predicament.
kitty, 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 kitty. Come here, come here.
Is this the cat we read about?
I won't hurt you.
Oh shit.
I can't
Jupiter
believe
dies.
that just happened.
Well, sorry, Jupiter. Okay. Oh, another PDA. Oh, this is the pipe from that room. Zane Adams. May 19th. Every single day, Grant brings his poor little cat to the plant. I swear to God, it's gonna die of methane inhalation. June 4th. I did a number on my ankle. Doc says I'll need to keep any weight off of it for a few days. I hope Grant can pick up the slack for me. October 31st. Some of these idiots think that the fungus spreading through the Groom Lake was caused by aliens. The place is disgusting, so of course it's going to be overrun with mold. December 25th. A few guys tried to get tram station B repaired. I wanted to go and help, but I don't know shit about trams or stations. Anyway, they haven't come back yet, so everyone's more than a little worried. December 28th. This is the dude that's lived longest so far as we know. The guys in sleeping block B are absolutely fucked. I'm reasonably sure that we're next. Stacy almost didn't make it in. Poor girl's too young for this. That's a funny thought. Who is old enough for this? Who reaches a point in their life where they figure they're ready to be ripped apart by God knows what? Sewage, a swamp of chemical and biological waste from throughout the vessel has found its resting place here at the pumping station, creating a swamp of sewage. The wrecked stench assaults you so thoroughly it's hard to process. Oh, we've got pump station terminal.
This is the elevator to the annex.
Can you climb it?
No. It's just a shaft. I can't see an entrance.
We've got valves. A row of valves controls the release of various tubes. Small flecks of paint hint that the wheels were once painted bright red. Then the elevator shaft. A large cylindrical.
See it. Methane is explosive, right?
Yes.
Highly.
Why would there be methane tanks under the crew quarters?
Kane doesn't care about safety. They're driven by profit.
Leaking methane gas. Clouds of methane rise from the ruptured tank, filling the room. Rusted one. Rust is winning the war against the metallic surface of this tall, tubular canister, which appears to contain methane gas. Do we throw the lighter in there? What the fuck? Oh, so yeah, we did need to remember that. Hold on. I want to see something really quick.
I can try to make it fit, but it may break.
Oh, I was thinking maybe I could, like, throw it in there or something. Oh, there's a ladder right there. Do they only go one way? What's this? Oh shit, did I do something? I was just trying stuff. I don't think we can... Yeah, you can't do anything else here. So now we can go down this ladder. Pipe grip. Exposed and broken pipes protrude from the ground. There's a faint hiss of combustible methane escaping from its industrial prison. Large drainage hole. Massive shafts exist to flush the collected sewage out of the chamber. The tube is constructed from an extensively reinforced compound to resist corrosion by acids and chemicals.
You said it's been 3 months since all of this happened. Shouldn't there be a rescue mission on the way?
This is a deep space vessel. It can operate indefinitely. If it wasn't for the psychological effects of deep space travel, she wouldn't even need a new crew.
So nobody's looking for us.
No, and even if they were, there's no way for them to find us. 3 months is a long time adrift.
Oops. Okay, so we need to do something with that. I wouldn't think the holographic emitter.
Maybe. No.
Yeah, that's what I thought was gonna happen. Blow up. We get to the achievement for another death. I think that's hilarious. Okay, it has drained, so... We probably just have to throw the pool cue at it or something.
You said it's been 3 months since all of this happened. Shouldn't there be a rescue mission on the way?
This is a deep space vessel. It can operate indefinitely. If it wasn't for the psychological effects of deep space travel, she wouldn't even need a new crew.
So nobody's looking for us.
No, and even if they were, there's no way for them to find us. 3 months is a long time adrift.
Oh, well, I don't want to just walk up and hit it with that. Is there a way to throw it? Oh. What? I was gonna say maybe... Can we do it from here? Broken off balustrade. A section of balustrade has broken and fallen away here. Its welding weakened by years of exposure to the pungent waste dumped into this room. Oh yeah, okay. Why are there methane tanks under the crew quarters? Clearly debris blocking the elevator. Through the massive wound left in the side of the shaft, a sturdy maintenance ladder that survived the explosion can be seen.
Tia, I can get back up to the crew quarters.
We came through there. Am I supposed to go back through here? No. That's the, I think that's the dance place. Go to the tram station, maybe? Yeah, there's that motion detector, that's right. Can we use this? Oops.
Life support.
Interesting.
Atmospherics. I can understand why they had all the extra security.
And we can't take this back. Let's see, what do we got? Control access terminal. Slumped over dead body. Rigor mortis has left this body a parody of a worker managing the controls. Ronald Anderson, September 23rd. Is this it? Could this really be my golden opportunity? I've been transferred to security with a guy named Paul and some other guy whose name I don't quite remember. It sounded like kind of like Sarge, so I'm just gonna call him Sarge. Either way, I'm glad. Maybe I'll finally make real friends. Paul is mean, but Sarge is okay. It looks like food supplies aren't coming in anytime soon. People seem upset, but there's a lot of alcohol around. I don't drink much because my dad used to, and it got scary sometimes. Sarge is still nice when he's drunk, though. Even though he said I'd make a pretty girl. We got a mystery package from the cloning vats today. I was even allowed to type the terminal entry. It's supposed to go to Lab 18. Sarge says we're going to put it in a medical storage bay for now, though. It makes really scary noises. It's named Samantha. I liked a girl named Samantha once, but then this guy, Anthony, was stalking her, and then she moved away. Paul just read that over my shoulder and reminded me that the PDAs are for work-related logs only. I don't like Paul. Sarge said I can type whatever I want. The whole ship just shook a whole lot. Power is out everywhere, everything is locked down, but we can get through some of it because we're security. I hope nobody got hurt when things were flying around in here. People are trying to get tram station B to work because A is closed. I think we killed some people today. Sarge is angry. He's beating on the window. I'm so confused.
You're so young.
Focus, John.
Have a heart. Some of them are just fucking kids, Tia.
Don't you think I know that? You've only been awake a few hours now. I've been dealing with this for it seems like a lifetime.
I'm sorry. You're right.
Let's just get on with this.
Okay. Life support machinery. These pumps manage the dispersal and collection of oxygen, carbon dioxide, and other atmospheric compounds through the ship. Atmospheric control access terminal. Venting procedures. Vent atmosphere in tram corridor B.
Attention. Atmosphere vented in tram station B.
Okay, so we should be able to get through the gas. Still want to know, like, I feel like there was a room in there that I missed because I looked at the glass instead of going over there, but maybe not. So we can go through here now. Yeah, you can see there's no more gas under the door.
I found her. Your daughter is in the medical bay.
Alright, let's do this.
There's a lot of blood over here. We'll perhaps go left first. What the hell?
Specimen transport.
Specimen transport container.
Project kitchen knife.
Can we do anything with it? I don't think so.
Limb regeneration.
We got a switchboard. No destination set. Whoa. Oh, okay, I see. How do we get out of this? So... guessing this one. But if you do, that'll be, it's gonna be annoying to remember. Also, sorry, this is the loudest thing ever. Oh, that one actually might be it. Oh, exit. Up, and then you have one going down, and then right. Okay. Exit this. Oh. Sometimes I be stupid. Why does it go and, like, skips a bunch? I feel like that's it. For this one, anyway. So, this has a little one here with the big one up. Yeah, I believe that's it for this, but maybe we just can't do anything with it. Yeah, maybe we just can't do anything with this one. It has to be this one, maybe. So this one's crazy. It's got a big down drop here and then a smaller one there. That one. Might be that one. I feel like that's actually it, but maybe I need to do something else first. On through the bloody hallway.
Tia, tram isn't operational.
What do you mean? Can you fix it?
No, I don't think so.
There is no other way out of there.
There has to be. Let me look around.
Fuck, this is all falling apart.
So we gotta destroy tram. The gnarled wreckage of twisted steel sits hazardously in wait. Then we have Roger Collin, quartermaster, security level 2. He's the first person that's actually shown a picture. There's a ladder right here, but we can't interact with it. Yeah, can't grab anything from here. Specimen transport container. The plastic container has seen its fair share of use.
Project Seed.
What?
Oh, nothing. Just reading out loud.
Sealed lid of the container is caked in a reeking green mold.
This one was for hydroponics.
Okay. A skull and crossbones warning sticker peels up at its edges, indicating that this container was once used to transport dangerous cargo.
Medical bay. This is it.
Okay. So I have to remember this. Oh God. So none of the other ones were even necessary to do. Oh. Oh, that's all I needed to do.
This is either brilliant or very, very stupid.
I'm gonna say both.
Oh God.
Quantum devices are not permitted in specimen storage. Quarantine procedures initiated. Quantum storage device reset.
Oh, so now we have no items.
Okay, let's see what we can see.
It definitely looks like the medical facilities. I think I'm on the right track.
Yeah, you're on the medical bay level 1. Your daughter is 4 decks below you. She is so close, John.
So close.
I don't know if 4 decks below is that close. Red glow from tube. The infernal glow of these lights is not comforting. This machinery may run diagnostics on the specimens that arrive via the tube. Shut down terminals. These terminals control various elements of this apparatus, but every single one of them is dead.
This is strange. I'm not reading any PDTs in your area. They should remain active. Even on the
Tell me, John, why are you working with this jackal?
Dr. Milan.
Ah, she's been talking about me.
Look, I'm nobody. I just want to find my family.
Without a family, man alone in the world, trembles with the cold. Are you trembling, John? Because make no mistake, you are alone.
John, are you there? I'm jumping from the comm system. What did he say?
He knew me. He knew my name. Could he help us?
John, this is happening because of him. He did all of this.
This is all too much for me, dear. I'm just a school teacher.
I can promise you that I want to find your family as much as you do. We're in this together.
Okay. Juca-Cola vending machine. This vending machine has been knocked over, but probably not by an employee. The Kane Corporation certainly didn't subsidize the price of these sodas. Good old Juca-Cola. Banned in several colonies, Juca-Cola is a highly addictive, absurdly potent blast of sugar and stimulants. So that we can grab it. Also, turrets came out of here. Indentation on the floor. This section of the floor features a... What the fuck? Rectangular indentation. It's strangely clean in comparison with the other blood splattered sections of the floor. Yeah, no shit. Not one body can be seen amid the debris. That is weird. Can we get another cola?
Never liked Coca-Cola.
Hanging wire. Didn't realize I could get that. Well then. The view through this sliding glass door is obscured by dried red jets of liquid. So blood. Dark blood splatters the walls, but most disturbing is the lack of any cadavers among the gore-soaked carnage. Sentry gun base. The inactive gun sleeps silently. Dead body. Sentry gun computer control. A pistol.
On the body, too. He's pretty bloodied up.
Stephen Dryson. May 18th. More power outages today. Damn it. I thought they had a lid on that. People have been way crankier than usual. One of my boys just broke down today, shaking and scratching like he was suffering from withdrawal or something. I checked with the nurses who examined him, and it seems like there was some sort of drug in his system. He swore blind he wasn't dirty and hadn't been taking anything, but they're already preparing a tribunal for the poor guy. The thing is, I believe him. Everybody's been acting a bit peculiar lately. November 6th. What's happening to my beautiful ship? That crap is growing up the spine of this baby like a cancer. I keep mailing Dr. Malin about this, but he hasn't responded to any of my messages. I know he's reading them because I get more of those stooges from hydroponics down to collect samples whenever I send more than a few words his way. I managed to corner his assistant the other day and demanded to know when we'd be getting our share of the rations. She looked at me like she hadn't slept in a week and said, soon. None of us are sleeping properly. I try to greet each day with a smile, but the wrenches are getting panicky. If not mutinous, I spend my time breaking up fights instead of maintaining the engines. I was thinking of taking a group down to the engine ports and torching that shit off the hull. But I'm worried it's too late for that now. December 20th. No more engineers, no more hope. When you take those things away, you got nothing left. I'm dictating this wedged under the main security terminal. I don't think any of those things will hear me. The rest of these survivors are holed up in the bulkheads, but nobody was willing to risk leaving until we had some sort of protection. I pointed out we'd either starve or die anyway, so they voted overwhelmingly for me to try and get help. So I came down here through one of the maintenance access tunnels and programmed the security terminal to mark any individuals with their PDTs still implanted as hostiles. That should at least let the turrets on our side. Get the turrets on our side. I'm not sure it'll work, but it's all I could do. I'm alone now. Hell, I'm used to it. Never met the right girl and all that. I'm pretty sure I heard Lotus screaming, you know. They're probably all dead now. But I can't know for sure. I could hear those things peeling panels off the floor and walls like they were paper, and I'll be damned if they'll find me cowering under the floor like this. Guy Fawkes jumped with the noose around his neck when he was about to be executed. Did you know that? They were going to half strangle him and then rip him to pieces, but he cheated the executioners, breaking his own neck before they could carry on torturing him. I'm going to do likewise. Got a gun for my protection, see? Only one bullet left, but no matter. I'll only need one. Notice and reports. Personal data tags. From Dr. Al Raj Cooper to all staff, personal data tags. Dear all, for those of you who are still able to receive these messages on the intranet, you'll know by now that the creatures are using our PDTs to proceed past security checkpoints. To prevent this, I have decided that each in turn you'll proceed under armed guard to the primary surgery pod, where your PDTs will be removed. Once this is done, we will reprogram the security protocols so that they will target all creatures that still possess these tags. Do not answer the doors to your quarters unless confirmed by the designated password. Today that word is Aegis. Emails, inbox, and outbox. From S. Dyson to all engineers, the situation. This is how it is. The unidentified substance is still spreading. It's fouled up engine ports D through G, and after a brief confab with the drive engineers, I can tell you that it's having a detrimental effect on the efficiency and speed of the engines. The long and short of it is that the ship is seriously slowing down. The only thing accelerating is the speed of the fungal growth. Its origin is unknown, although we're narrowing it down. This is a crisis situation. Use the hardest stuff you can find to remove it from the fixtures and drive plates without actually endangering the protective casings of the drive cores. Good luck, guys. Steve Dryson, Chief Engines Engineer. What the hell? Well, this one's broken. No or low ammunition. Can't go anywhere over here. Remember, we have a wire and a can of soda. Okay, so that breaks the other one. Can we... oh yeah, right here. Okay, I was like, can we exit? The air in the tunnel alternates between stale and putrid with decay.
I hate doors.
He hates them.
One override. Coming up. Shit, John. The security systems in medical are inaccessible. It's like they've been locally reset. I can't access anything.
I'll think of something.
Well, if there's...
No. Crazy.
no? Oh, we can now use this. Interesting. Don't worry, it said low anyway.
Wow.
Warning. This area is off limits to all active PDT users. Please see your supervisor for further instructions.
That makes no sense. All PDTs. That's everyone. They must have changed security settings. Stop anyone from heading down below.
Or coming up.
PDA, blood. The incandescence of the lighting strikes illuminates a grisly series of bloody splatters across the windows. The atmosphere of Neptune is consuming this vessel as lightning shows the way. Got a couple PDAs. Can go through here. Destroyed sensor gun. You try to tell yourself that you're safe for now. You would be happy to never see another tubular conveyance in your life. Let's go to these PDAs. Rows of seats all unoccupied. Bloodstains. More disturbing evidence of slaughter. Erica Boxer. April 16th. That utter jerk. I cannot believe that asshole. What kind of a man dumps a girl on their anniversary? Poor Danica's in hysterics. I had to swap my shift on account of that prick. Sadie made that easy enough. She is such a good friend to me. We were inseparable at nursing school until she decided to branch out into botany. Seems she's suited more to general medical research than patient care. That's fine. I don't mind. I prefer working with people to plants anyway. The new walkway in hydroponics is a bonus too. Some of our boys like to stretch their new limbs among the greenery. Who said that the new departments were of no use? This is selfish, I know, but damn it, I've had so much on my plate. I'm having to do serious overtime, and then ungrateful turds like Eric mean I've got even more to deal with. My poor baby sister, body of a 30-year-old woman, body of a 30-year-old woman, mind of a 16-year-old girl. Apparently she says being the pilot of the Ozymandias is just too much pressure on a relationship, as is that sweet little co-pilot he recently acquired. I've had it up to here with pilots. Are they ever not chasing tail? Well, tonight should be okay, as I've got Danica coming around with some of the girls and a shipment of Martian champagne. July 10th. The budget increase is proving to be a blessing and a curse. We've got more equipment for sure, but nowhere near enough space for it. If only the Groom Lake was one of those modular types, we might be able to get some extra room. Sadie and I are working our butts off around here. God bless Sadie. If it wasn't for her, I'd probably be an alcoholic by now. Danica is still not over her douchebag ex and calls me up crying most nights just to talk about how she misses him. Next time I see him, I'm going to punch his lights out. I worry about Danica. She's depressed, not eating, not sleeping. I might ask Ingratia to book her in for an appointment. She needs a shrink. Work-wise, the regeneration tanks are working beautifully, but the increased demand for them means we're running short of chemical dissociation. Reagents, and the cell growth regeneration fluid is pretty much spent. Speaking of the fluid, it's this new stuff Dr. Malin's unit has had us using. It's technically the same as the last stuff, but I'm sure the molecular composition is different. Apparently it's 4 times as effective. It seems kinda unpredictable, actually. I've already asked Dr. Harvey to request that we switch back to the old one, which he has done twice. Why are they ignoring us? September 18th. Crazy huge brawl in the mess hall today. All of the guys sweating and looking like they OD'd or something. There's been a spike in violent assaults. I'd swear it has something to do with the new supplies that came in. Ever since that new regen fluid, it seems like everything else is slightly off too. I'm sure of it. Diet, medicines, genetic samples, you name it. I spoke to Sadie and she also swears there's been tampering. The idea that we've been ingesting bad food for months scares the shit out of me. I'm going to get a friend of mine to analyze some samples. Until then, I'm locking my door at night. I'm not sure who I can trust. Sadie's been giving me strange looks too. I might actually change the lock. December 19th. I don't care anymore. I just don't care. I have to see Danica. I have to. She's with 2 others near the hangars, and I'm stuck here in medical. 2 rifles taken from Malone and Bird and a laser scalpel. That's all we have to get there. Sadie keeps fighting me on this and making excuses. She's starting to piss me off. Has that idiot forgotten where we are? That the Groom Lake is now a freaking hunting ground and my sister is in the middle of it? I don't fucking care if they don't come with me. I have to see my sister. I have to know about Danica. I heard her on the radio a day or so ago, so I know she's still alive. She has to be hiding. Danica was always better than me at hide and seek back home. It took hours to find her. Once Mom sent a search party for her, and she'd been hiding at the bottom of the garden, tucked inside a dirt hole where Dad was planting beets. She's hiding. She has to be. Sadie is causing me problems if she won't come with me. I guess I'll have to make her come along, whether she wants to or not. That was a lot. And there's more. Emails, inbox and outbox. From L. Musgrave to E. Boxer, Food Enhancement Report. Dear Erica, I was under the misapprehension that your request was perhaps just paranoia, but given the tests I've performed on the provided samples, well, I have to be honest, its implications are frightening. I will generally concur with your initial theory that some batches just went bad, but there is clearly much more than spoilage at work. You have to understand that when batches like this are spoiled, they are all spoiled, not just a few. A fungus, for instance, will spread through samples, but there is an astonishing difference between the samples you've sent me. Some seem to have been cultivated quite for the qualities they demonstrate. Did you know the brassica sample is enhanced with a genetically enhanced form of PCP? I know this because I tested the sample on one of my rats. The poor little thing lashed out violently, suffered a seizure, and then died. The precise name is DV8-5, a drug that was popular for enhancing the abilities of so-called remote viewers during the eugenics wars. Laboratory-created stuff, all designer, all professional. The most alarming part is that owing to the different genetic strains seen in the 5 samples you sent for analysis, I get the impression that these contaminants were deliberately distributed to both staff and patients. I'm not sure what lunatic would do such a thing, least of all on a long-haul lab ship. But I've already sent a request to my superiors at the ministry to examine the matter further. On an informal note, please look after yourself, Erica. You were always my best pupil, and I'm pleased you chose to confide in me. I do apologize that it has taken so long to get back to you. Be careful. With fondest affections, Luke, Professor L.H. Musgrove, University of Tampa, Florida. That was a lot. We got another.
I think I found the crew.
Are they also bloodied up, like the guy under the floor?
You could say that. I'm not sure how many people I'm looking at. But it's like something from a eugenics war painting.
Try to push through, John. A few decks below, one step at a time.
Right. More disturbing evidence of a slaughter. Sadie A. Callister. September 18th. I thought that becoming the new head medical tech on this deck would actually improve things, but it's like being thrown into the lion's den. The lockdown a few months back was a pain, but these inventory discrepancies are the real problem. And then yesterday the systems went haywire. The first thing Erica does, of course, is call up her little sister to make sure she's okay. I suppose I can understand that. I just wish that, well, I wish she'd ask after me sometimes too. Yesterday during the power outage I was locked inside a storage room for 2 hours. But Danica's fine, of course, so who cares about me? I was only trapped in a product storage room with only plant cultures and human limbs for company. I took a look at them actually. It's part of my job. With the plants anyway, and I had to do something to keep my mind off things. Good specimens, all of them, except for samples 99D, E, and F. I couldn't, for the life of me, work out why samples this badly mutated would be permitted anywhere near the greenhouses. These are recent, too. Dear God, what imbecile in shipping sent these to storage? Kane's Hydroponics have the strictest quarantine regulations in the galaxy, punishable by losing your damn job. It must be that new section a few floors down. They've got all kinds of fools on the payroll. You know, I usually like to spend time in the greenhouses, but I swear something's going funny with some of the new crops. Erica said I'm probably just imagining it, but I had a whole batch of brassica growth cultures thrown out the other day, showing signs of what looked like Dutch elm disease. How is that possible? I'm going to submit a report. How I'm supposed to explain to Dr. Malin that the board and the board that we have mutant cultures in storage and perfectly good crops with extinct diseases is another matter. December 20th. Erica's lost her damn mind. I'm scared out of my mind right now. She's dragged us on a fool's errand across the ship to look for Danica. I tried to tell her how I saw one of those things wearing Danica's face the other morning. Oh god, it makes me want to puke just thinking about it. It looked like a deflated balloon. As it scuttled up the walls, I swear Ingratia fried it with a bolt, but we can't be sure. He's a psychiatrist, not a soldier. Then again, are any of us soldiers? Erica seems to think we're in the Marine Corps, waving around that rifle like with a crazy look in her eye, threatening to kill anyone who disagrees with her. Erica, I told her, you are a nurse. God, I barely recognize her anymore. What happened to my best friend? What happened to that girl from Stokely, Mississippi? I don't know who Erica Boxer is anymore. December 24th. Erica died this morning. My friend is gone. One of those horrific things tore her spine out of her body right in front of my eyes. I must be one of the last ones left alive. Not that I've got long. I'm infected with something. I can feel it. I checked out the hydroponics lab this morning. It's a wreck. I could have told them, anyone could have told them, that trying to breed a new fungus to kill the old one would be disastrous. The rest of it won't budge. I tried tearing away with the laser scalpel Erica gave me, but it did nothing. Zip, zilch, nada. What doesn't kill it really does make it stronger. I'm going back to retrieve Erica's remains later. I know she died a crazy woman, but she was my friend. I still love her. Notices and reports. Personal data tags. From D. Dr. I. Al Rajcooper to all staff, personal data tags. Dear all, for those of you who are still able to receive these messages on the intranet, you'll know by now that the creatures are using our PDTs to proceed past security checkpoints. To prevent this, I have decided that each in turn you'll proceed under armed guard to the primary surgery pod, where your PDTs will be removed. Once this is done, you will reprogram the security protocol so that they will target all creatures that still possess these tags. Do not answer the doors to your quarters unless confirmed by the designated password. Today that word is Aegis. Emails. From S.A. Callister to Dr. G. Malum, Inventory Analysis, or Anomalies. Dr. Malum, first allow me to apologize for mailing you directly, but this is a classified red emergency. I've undertaken further inspections beyond samples 99D, E, and F, and found that the majority of our inventory has been compromised by tampering. There are signs that the tampering began some time ago. Some of the materials are merely spoiled, but a large quantity appears to have been illegally modified. I'm not sure who the new suppliers are, but the inventory they have provided does not match the chemical manifest included. I'm aware this is a shipping concern rather than a hydroponics one, but Project Seed is based around our successful cultivation of hyper-nutritious plants in unusual conditions. With the current stock we possess, there is no limit to the number of illegal or mutated nutrients going into our plant growth. I'd advise that shipping and medical begin more thorough inspections of the received cargo. I suspect the problems could go back for months, although I have no evidence to prove this. Please recommend immediate termination of supply runs and decontamination of irrigation pipes until this is resolved. Best regards, Sadie Callister, Hydroponic Technician Level 1. From E-Boxer to S.A. Callister, encrypted. Sadie, I love you very much, sweetie, but you have lost your damn mind. Those samples are restricted. What if Dr. Malin finds out you have brought samples from out of the storage bays? It's not only your job you'll be losing. I'll do what you ask, but only because you've never been wrong before. Though I pray to God you are this time. Love, Erica. Okay. Oh, I guess. Oh, no, he is walking all the way around. That's weird. Oh, we can pick up blood and tissue. We can touch the portal. Gross. Okay, so we can't touch the portal anymore. I guess we'll start with this one. Bloodstained environmental suits. These suits look relatively intact despite the new decorations spattering on their surface. Force field. Charged plasma molecules dart across the surface of an invisible electrical field. Oh, we can grab a suit.
Serotonergic receptors are present in your principal vascular system.
Oh no, we grabbed a oxygen cylinder.
Profanity, derogatory comments, or other intimidating actions directed at Kane security employees will not be tolerated.
You can't begin to estimate how many lives were ended here. I know not to go through here, fine, just die. We got another PDA. Medical machinery. Unlike much of the other machinery, this terminal was designed to assist in healing. Extracted PDA. Several bent spinal hooks protrude from a disengaged personal data tag. Organical receptacle. What the hell is all this? Whether beneficiary or victim, this is where the surgical patients lie. A high-end surgery pod sophisticated enough to perform nearly any operation with a tiny margin for error. A call to rest, to sleep. Oh, what the hell?
Back. It's been cut open.
Of course! They must have manually removed the PDTs. That's why the security systems were reset in medical.
Oh, the bodies. The bodies in the crew quarters. They were skinned. The creatures were using the PDTs to move through secure areas.
Must have realized what was going on.
So for me to get to the lower decks...
You have to remove your tag.
Remove?
Perhaps electric shock. No, that wouldn't work. John? This is the only surefire way.
What are you saying?
The surgery pod should already be programmed to remove it.
It didn't work out so well for this poor woman.
It's the only way, unless you space jump between decks.
This is surgery.
John, prep the pod.
What about this one? That's what I tried to grab, but it just went over there. Ew, I don't want to grab that. Personal data tag ID. There we go. Finally. Isaiah Al Raj Kupar. January 8th. A new year for the chief surgeon and a new year for the staff of the medical deck. I have to think of it that way or it gets rather confusing. The staff of the medical deck now consists of 3 extra sections: cybernetics, tissue regeneration, and for some reason medical hydroponics. Yes, it may be medicinal, but as I told Dr. Malin, they are still plants. I don't wish to seem ungrateful. It is Kane Corporation who opened so many new doorways for me and who redefined the frontiers of medicine for us all. As a man who served his apprenticeship on the battlefields, elbow deep in the blood of innocents, to see those deserts and war-torn villages reborn as images of nirvana is a privilege, and all thanks to the sciences of Kane. And yet, it's hard to understand why, on the Groom Lake, so many departments are being forced to share resources like this. I hear our budget will be up for review soon, and the chances of us getting an increase are slim. I shall try to remain positive. February 18th. My goodness, a 300% budget increase. I have not yet been able to even imagine how helpful this financial windfall will be. Dr. Malin assured me that a sizable portion of this budget will be applied to Project Seed. It makes our work that much more essential. We'll order new equipment and new samples, although I don't totally agree with the ethics of Dr. Malin's acquisition of volunteers for surgery and testing. The leaps and bounds we've made in our research more make up for the rest of it. Is it wrong that we must test the limits of morality for the greater good? May 4th. I'm a surgeon who has seen many awful things in the blood-soaked abattoirs of the Pangay Wars, so perhaps this should be second nature to me, but I don't recall agreeing to the use of children for testing. I went to inspect the stasis tubes at the request of my chief nurse and found that there were several children, some as young as 9 years old, awaiting processing. Children. I was shocked and appalled and demanded an explanation from Dr. Malin. Edward Jenner had to test vaccines on children to see if they'd work, he said. I knew the story. What medical does not? Jenner injected infected purulent exudates into the child's arm, which must have seemed callous disregard for the child's life, and yet it saved the boy. That is how he convinced me. We are at the frontier of the sciences. Chances must be taken. I do not always feel comfortable with his ethical choices, but his logic is sound. The research is too valuable for us to let a few more qualms get in our way. December 17th. I fear that my decision to become a surgeon with Kane Corporation is not quite simple as I thought. The first casualties of the infection spreading across the ship came to my lab, where we had to set up a quarantined operating room. I had to get hands-on with a patient for the first time in years. The flow of blood and cutting of infected tissue using my specialized tools. God forgive me, but I enjoyed it. It's impossible to explain the adrenaline rush from playing God in such a way, of having the lives of so many on the verge of death in your hands. God. I felt it on the battlefields, and I feel it now. It is not the beauty of birth that moves me, it seems, but the pungent stench of death. I thought I'd join King Corporation to save my soul. Instead, it is to slake the thirst of the beast in me, whose jaws slaver at the scent of blood. I am ashamed. And of course, we get a rolling scream during that. December 20th. How could I not have seen it? Those awful life forms are disguising themselves as us, inside us. They wear our skins and our PDTs, which explains how the security systems cannot detect them. If I didn't already know where those creatures came from, this would perhaps be less frightening. But they've learned. The vile abominations. Abomination. What a word that is. It appears to summarize what we have created in our hubris. We have created evil. God help us all. Notices and reports. Personal data tags from Dr. Alavaj Cooper to all staff. Dear all, for those of you who are still able to receive these messages on the internet, you'll know by now that the creatures are using our PD. Oh yeah, I read this. Emails from Dr. C. Backman to Raj Cooper. Analysis report. Dr. Malin has recalibrated his guidelines for subjects in Project Seed, and specifically the requirements for any female subjects who have previously been pregnant. The female subjects should ideally have been screened, but their precise source is not important, since the project has a 99.89% chance of a non-fatal reaction in subjects. Members of staff will be eligible for this test. The ideal subject is as follows. Blood type O negative, height between 5'5" and 6 foot, free of any genetic defects, age between 18 and 40. Subjects must have recently been pregnant, ideally within the past year. Regards, Dr. C. Backham. To Dr. G. Malin from Dr. Raj Cooper, the nurse. We have disagreed often, but never so more than now. I'm aware that Miss Callister doesn't work in surgery and that Chief Nurse Boxer has seniority in terms of what rank. However, Callister has one of the most extraordinary organizational minds I've ever worked with. The product storage areas are clean and well indexed. Therefore, I have to challenge your demand that I remove her from her position because of these false reports. She has been sending you about anomalies in the supplies. I have no doubt that your claims of her illicitly taking samples is also only an accusation. She is a fine worker and reports only what she feels is right. I'll be taking no action against her. You are in charge of the project, but you must allow me to choose my staff at my own discretion. Regards, Isaiah. Okay. Organic receptacle. Oxygen storage tank. Cryopreservation tank. Oh, we got that. Anesthetic storage.
Your surgical pot is not properly prepared for the selected program.
This is a friendly reminder that thought crime does not entail death. This is a final request for Ridley B. Unit.
Do we get on here?
Communications Array 18.
Doesn't seem like it, so we'll leave for now. Obviously still can't go in here. I do need it to save again really quick, because I have to actually go.
Formed the womb. Oh, never again. It crawled through the night, and then they crafted their eyes and tore through my skin. Oh, never ever, never again.
Well, guys,
They came for our mothers and their
we're gonna come back here. I'm gonna do everything I already did off. Not recording it, so you don't have to see it again, but I'm going to have to end it here. I really enjoyed it. I hope you have too. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.